What I'm about to show you is going to change you, me, and the whole world. Pay close attention. This is Mary from Topeka. She's a single mother of 3. She volunteers at her church, attends the PTA, and votes on issues that affect her family. Oh, and she loves chocolate. Now, Mary has a blog where she writes about all these things, and Joan in Tallahassee loves to read Mary's blog. She even tells Mary just how much she loves to read her blog, but not nearly as much as Bob in Portland loves Mary's blog. In fact, he might even love more than just her blog, which is fine with Mary because she's looking for a good man in her life outside the tawdry romance novels. And then, of course, there are these guys, also known as jerks. You see, no one seems to know anything about these trolls other than the fact that 1, they're anonymous, 2, they have nothing to lose, and 3, they get the same platform as Mary, but on her own site. This makes no sense, because now Mary's reading audience is repulsed, her commenters are suddenly silent, and Mary is forced to play an endless game of whack-a-mole. It's a completely broken system from start to finish, and it isn't just Mary's problem. This affects every major news site or serious publication of any kind the whole world over. And until now, we've all thrown our hands up and assumed that nothing can ever be done about it. But that was, and I quote, until now. Ladies and gentlemen, I give unto you the World Table. You see, the World Table is a new kind of commenting system that actually functions on the willing openness and accountability of normal people. Meaning, when people are as open and responsible as Mary, she will gladly share her platform with them. So, for example, now if someone wants to make a comment on Mary's site using the World Table, they have to say who they really are by at least giving their full name, where they're from, and a valid photo. And because the World Table takes identity protection seriously, Mary can trust that the comments really are coming from real people, just like her. But let's say Mary wants to see even a little more context behind the opinions shared on her site. In that case, she can require her participants to disclose additional details about themselves, just like she has, according to her own needs. So for sites where topics are generally tame, the minimum disclosure of name, location, and photo is probably sufficient. But for sites or articles where topics are just flat out more difficult, publishers can require more skin in the game from their participants. This level of shared openness, even and especially with opposing views, is necessary because it helps us all hold each other accountable for what we say together. And here's how we do this. At any time, anyone using the World Table, both publishers and commenters alike, are given the option to rate each other's comments or behavior based on the following 5 things: their honesty, how respectful they are being, their knowledge of the subject they're talking about, how fair they're being, and how likable they are. And the ratings given on these 5 categories affect their overall World Table score. And that World Table score follows you to any other site you visit that uses the World Table. So the goodwill and thoughtful commentary you create in one community will support your credibility and opinions in all these other conversations. More importantly, good comments and good commenters can now be just as relevant as the article itself, because both the author and the commenter are equally open and responsible to the audience together. This simple solution finally allows us to have real conversations with real people about real things that really do matter. And as our collective civility increases, the global pool of goodwill rises, which can only mean one thing: you and I really can change the